Thought I'd start off the program talking about an article I saw yesterday on CNN.com. Surgeon General issues skin cancer warning. The Surgeon General is apparently concerned that skin cancer is on the rise, and the esteemed doctor, who actually is a dermatologist himself, blames tanning booths and sun safety issues, a classic example of why our modern medical model and its representatives, as important as they may think they are next to useless when it comes to disease and cancer prevention. How the heck do doctors and the Surgeon General think that they in any way, shape, or form have the ability or the understanding or the biochemical intelligence to advise us about anything, especially about cancer protection, considering the fact that for all their supposed medical wisdom, they have presided over the most alarming and epic increase in cancer in the history of mankind. Here's the deal on skin cancer, folks. It's cancer, and the operative descriptive word is cancer, not skin. And the fact that it's on the skin and that it involves skin cells doesn't make its prevention different from cancer of the colon cells or cancer of the lung cells or cancer of the breast cells. Yes, it has a unique stressor in the sun and perhaps the environment because the skin cells are on the outside of the body. But when it comes to prevention of skin cancer, the answer is not to avoid the sun. The answer is, like with all cancers, to make sure that the environment that the skin cells are sitting in is clean, is oxygenated, and well nourished. In other words, the sun may trigger events. It's super high energy, obviously, but it's not accurate and it's not helpful to blame sun exposure for cancer any more than it's helpful to blame GMOs or environmental pollutants for internal cancers. Sure, these are all factors. Nobody is disputing the fact that the sun is involved, perhaps, and GMOs are involved, perhaps, and environmental pollutants are involved, perhaps, when it comes to cancer. But whether cancer shows up inside the body or outside the body, the environment that the cells are sitting in, the environment that the cancerous cells are swimming or wallowing in is primal. Understanding this nature of the cell and the environment that the cell sits in is the key to understanding how to keep our cells healthy, how to keep our cells youthful, how to keep our cells cancer-free, and in turn, how to keep us youthful and healthy and cancer-free. The body is made up of cells, and cells are snuggled inside an extracellular environment like raisins are snuggled inside a bread. The human body is constructed like raisin bread, and for the most part, a cancer cell is a cell that has been sitting or wallowing in toxic, suffocated, and starved bread. And it takes a lot of abuse for a cell to turn cancerous. It takes a lot of toxicity. It takes a lot of starvation. It takes a lot of suffocation for a cell to turn cancerous. And this simplistic idea that you can stay out of the sun or wear a sunscreen, which is in itself toxic, to prevent skin cancer is really silly, even for a doctor to say. And doctors say a lot of silly things. And then if you look at the health statistics that clearly demonstrate that the more sunscreens we use and the more sun strategies or anti-sun strategies that we employ, the more cancer we get. Melanoma was rare until 1950 when sunscreen mania first hit, and these days it's the fifth most common cancer according to the American Academy of Dermatology. Non-melanoma skin cancer rates are equally troubling. There's millions of cases a year, 5 million according to the American Academy of Dermatology. According to Skin Cancer Foundation, the incidence of squamous cell skin cancer has risen dramatically since 1980, increases up to 200% over the last 30 years. According to the CDC, that's despite the fact that at least 61% of American adults say they protect themselves from the sun, and the number of Americans who say they made an effort to protect themselves from the sun by using sunscreen and sun protection techniques between 2005 and 2010 has more than doubled. How much more obvious can it be that sunscreens are not some magical defensive shield that can protect us from skin cancer? Cancer is cancer is cancer, whether it's colon cancer or breast cancer or lung cancer or leukemia or lymphoma or skin cancer, whatever. It always involves the same cell breakdown, cell dysfunction, whether it's inside the body or whether it's outside the body. It's cell disease. It's cells that are sick, and it's cells that are starved, and it's cells that are suffocated, and it's cells that are toxic. In this way, cancer is no different than any other health challenges. Sure, the sun may have some involvement. Sure, your environmental toxicity may have some involvement. Sure, the toxic air that we're breathing and the toxic food that we're eating may have some involvement, but the best protection against cancer is to make sure you're using your Mighty 90 essential nutrients. Make sure you're moving your lymphatic system, your body's waste drainage system. Make sure you're practicing deep breathing techniques. When it comes to the Mighty 90, for protecting yourself from skin cancer, way more important than any sunscreen you could possibly use. Selenium, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E. You'll find all these in the Healthy Start Pack. You'll find all these, of course, in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Don't underestimate the importance of essential fats either. You'll get those in your Ultimate Essential Fatty Acids. And don't underestimate the importance of calcium and magnesium, which, of course, you'll get in the OsteoFX. Get yourself on the Healthy Start Pack. Not only will you be protecting yourself from cancer, not only will you be preventing degenerative diseases from occurring, but you're going to feel better. You're going to eat less. You're going to lose weight. You're going to look better. And you're going to add years to your life as well. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. Our number 831-685-1080. That's our priority line number, or 888-379-2552 toll free. We're going to take a break and come back with more good health information on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program on the ZBS Radio Network. 52 toll free. I'll be sitting in for the next 45 minutes or so with my good friend and colleague Douglas Winfrey. What is up, Douglas? How you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. Good to have you back on. And I wanted to continue talking about skin, as I've got a news article here that is headlined, Summer Foods for Beautiful Skin. They say skin is the body's largest organ, often the first to suffer if you get dehydrated or not getting enough of the right nutrition. Farmers Market said hydrating fruits and vegetables whose vitamins can keep your skin looking gorgeous all summer long.
Nice.
They say berries, which say excessive UV exposure can cause skin to generate free radicals, leading to skin damage, wrinkles, and premature aging. Berries are loaded with antioxidants, help neutralize the effect of skin-damaging free radicals. Carrots. They say they also keep the skin glowing. The body converts the beta-carotene in carrots to vitamin A, an important ingredient to keeping skin moisturized. Also a good source of vitamin C, which helps skin collagen formation. Mangoes, jam-packed with over 20 different vitamins and minerals, rich in alpha-hydroxy acid, and exfoliates and rejuvenates the skin. Cucumbers, 95% water. And they say cucumbers contain ascorbic acid, silica, antioxidants, which can help reduce the puffiness and fade dark circles under the eyes. Citrus fruits, they say they're great for the skin as they're high in vitamin C, amino acids, and lysine and proline. And fermented foods, the process of fermenting foods can create potent probiotics that can help regulate digestion. Healthy gut flora plays a large role in healthy skin. So there you go.
They're talking internally, though.
Skin to win, yeah.
They didn't say topically, correct? They're talking internally.
They're talking about eating this stuff.
Eating this stuff, but you could put it on top of your skin too.
And just rub a carrot on your arm?
Heck yeah, you can make carrot juice and you could put it on your arm. You could put it on your face.
That make it turn orange, though?
What's that? Make you a little bit orange, maybe, but you can rinse that off. But here's the thing that's really important, and they don't tell you about all these wonderful nutrients, and obviously plants and vegetables and fruits to a certain extent have wonderful nutrients, but they're fatty, those nutrients, and they require a very robust and vigorous digestive system. Meaning, if you have your gallbladder removed, or you have a liver problem, or you got Crohn's disease, or some kind of intestinal issue, or you're not making enough stomach acid, and these are common occurrences, as you know, you're not going to be able to extract these wonderful nutrients from your vegetables and from your fruits. So you'll get the sugar, though. That'll come right. That's easy to absorb. But all those great skin-friendly nutrients are located in the fatty portion of the cucumber and the mango and the carrot. So what you want to do to really exploit or take advantage of these nutrients is you want to use your ultimate enzymes when you're taking your vegetables, and maybe even grind your vegetables up a little bit and use lots of butter and coconut oil, or at least butter, to help release and help open up the vegetables, and so these nutrients will get absorbed much easier. Use braising techniques or steaming techniques, and by the way, braising and steaming will also release some natural sugars, so that make your cauliflower and your broccoli and your Brussels sprouts taste just a little bit sweet. And when you throw in that butter, you'll release those fatty nutrients. It'll make it much easier for your body to absorb the vitamin A and the beta-carotene and all those phytoplant nutrients that tend tend to be located in the fatty part of the vegetables. And if you've had your gallbladder removed, it becomes extra super duper important that you use these techniques and that you use your ultimate enzymes and maybe even a little bit of apple cider vinegar after you're done. Apple cider vinegar can help activate those enzymes and give you a little stomach acid boost. You'll get some stomach acid in the ultimate enzymes, but just throwing in a little bit of extra apple cider vinegar may help release some of those nutrients. And of course, you can always use these veggies and fruits topically. A neat thing you could do is make your own mask with vegetables and fruits. And the way you do that is you use oatmeal, perhaps, or maybe even some kind of a fiber as a base, and then you mix in your liquid. You grind up your vegetables or use a Vitamix and pour your liquid veggies into your oatmeal, and you can make yourself a nice little veggie phytonutrient mask for your skin. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number, or 888-379-2552 toll free. We're going to take a break and come back with more good health information on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program right after this. Don't go away. Let's take our first phone call of the day, Doug.
Let's head to Kansas. And Sue, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hello.
Sue. How are you? What's up, Sue?
I'm fine. Well, you know what? I've been doing the longevity for about 9 months. I've added a few new products as I am experimenting. But I have a Baker's cyst behind my left knee, and I've had it there for probably, 10 months or so. And I just wanted to tell you what I'm doing, and I need to know if I'm doing something wrong.
All right. Are you a baker?
I think I have.
Are you a baker?
What?
Are you a baker?
No. A baker?
Yeah. Why do you have a Baker's cyst?
Oh, that's silly. No,
Okay.
I don't know.
It's actually named after Dr. Baker, so I'm teasing you. But go ahead.
Oh, is it really? Okay. Well, I'm doing the Healthy Start Pack 2.0.
Okay.
I do 15 glucogel a day,
All
6
right.
selenium a day, and
All
then
right.
these are I do it morning, noon, and evening.
All right.
And I do 2 Ocean's Gold. I do two.
Okay. You want help? That's. We can stop there, Sue. Are you want help with the Baker's cyst? Is that what you're talking about? You want some help with that?
Because I've got Dr. Wallach told me to do the glucogel, and
well, that's all great, and that's all very important stuff. The Baker's cyst is a type of arthritis, but you don't have just a Baker's cyst. You got other. Nobody just has a Baker's cyst. A Baker's cyst is a degenerative condition. It's a sign of. It's a sign that there's some arthritis going on. It could be a tear. It could be some degeneration. So what else is going on in your body? There's got to be some other stuff happening, and I'm guessing I'm guessing it's between your neck and your waist, if you know what I'm saying. You probably got a problem in your digestion. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. Because it's unusual. It's unusual to have a Baker's cyst or any kind of arthritis, really, any kind of degenerative condition without that. So it's great that you want to stay on all those supplements, and it's great that you're using those. But I would like to see you on some nutritional support, especially the Biolumin Nightly Essence probiotics and the Z Radical. Those are two very, very important nutritional supplements. And obviously the probiotics, the Biolumin Nightly Essence is a digestive support supplement, but a lot of folks don't realize the Z Radical is a digestive support supplement as well, and it can also help you with some of the inflammation that's associated with that arthritis. So get yourself on the Biolumin Nightly Essence in addition to everything you're using. Stay on the Healthy Start Pack and stay on the glucogel caps, but also throw in the Biolumin Nightly Essence, 3 in the morning, 3 at night. If you're not on the digestive enzymes, those can have double benefits for you. The digestive enzymes obviously are going to help you with digestion. They're called digestive enzymes, but they'll also help you with the inflammation, which usually is going on when you have a Baker's cyst. And then also the Z Radical, 1 capful in the morning and 1 capful at night. If you want to add a delicious source of probiotics, look into the Beyond Organic products. I've been using the Beyond Organic cheese and the Beyond Organic Amasai and Swear V, and I've been having some incredible results for my fasting. It'll help you get through a fast real easily, and the cheese is super, super delicious, and it also has the probiotics that will help your digestive system. Thanks so much for your call, Sue. Focus on the digestive system when you have any kind of inflammatory or degenerative issue. Focus on the digestive system first. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben, along with Doug Winfrey, sitting in for Doc Wallach today. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number. 888-379-2552 toll free. We're going to take a break and come back with more of your phone calls right after this on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program.
Let's head to Northwest Colorado. And Linda, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Linda.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you very much. I have a product question, but first I need to ask you a general question.
Sure.
Now, I understand that even if you don't eat sugar, if you have a sweet taste of anything from artificial sweeteners, that you will get an insulin response.
Yes, that's correct.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
just the sweet taste alone can do it.
Right. Okay. So my question is, my glycated hemoglobin is up a little bit. My fasting glucose is okay, but and so I'm wanting. I've gotten all the sugar out of my diet. So the only sugar I get is in the longevity products.
Okay. There's no real sugar in there. You mean sweetener?
I mean sugar and sweeteners, which are in everything. I don't know if you've looked at the labels. Anyway, what I want to know is, how can I get all 90 nutrients using longevity products, which, by the way, I've used for many, many years, without using any that contain either added sugars or artificial sweeteners? Here's
the problem with that. And I don't think there's any sugars. I don't know if there's straight sugars. They use citrus sweet, and they'll use some fructose. I guess that is sugar. Here's the deal. Nutrients taste awful. Okay? Awful, awful, awful. Nutritional supplements do. They're concentrated. They're just not pleasant they're not pleasant to ingest. And unless you swallow them in capsules, and then of course you're not going to get any sweeteners. If you're going to taste your nutritional supplement, it has to have some kind of sweet. It has to have some kind of flavoring to it. Otherwise, you're never going to use it. I've tasted, believe me, more than my share of unsweetened nutritional supplements in the laboratory. They're awful. Vitamins, and with the exception of vitamin C, which is kind of citrusy, they don't taste good. So they've got to have some kind of sweetness to them, especially the ones that you drink. When you drink a nutritional supplement, or when you drink anything, you really, really have to make it have some kind of flavoring to it, because when something's liquid, it has a lot more taste to it. So if something tastes lousy in its liquid, it's going to be much more unpleasant than if something doesn't have a liquid nature to it. So there's really not much you could do in that regard, but it's not going to really affect that's not going to affect your diabetes very much, especially if you're using your Mighty 90 essential nutrients, you're using the sweeties, you're using the B complex. The amount of sweetener, for example, fructose, that you get in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine is it's like the amount of fructose that would fit on the head of a pin. It's a tiny, tiny fraction of the amount of fructose that's in an orange, for example. It's very insignificant, and I would be shocked if it had any effect on your blood sugar, any dramatic effect on your blood sugar. If it does have an effect on your blood sugar and you still want to use those supplements, make sure you're using them with the Sweeties product from Longevity, with your magnesium, with your B complex, and all the Mighty 90 essential nutrients: chromium, vanadium, magnesium, taurine, arginine. There's so many wonderful nutrients that can help stabilize blood sugar. Look, we need some sugar. You know, I beat up on sugar more than anybody does, and I think it's a huge, huge problem, excess sugar ingestion. But if you don't have a teaspoonful of sugar in your blood, you're in big trouble. Your brain uses sugar, and sugar is a vital substance. But the problem is the excess sugar, not a drop of sugar here and a drop of sugar there. It's the amount of sugar that we're getting. So I wouldn't worry too much about the sugar that's in your longevity products. Thanks so much for your call. Appreciate it very much. Hope we answered your question. And we got to take a break. So if you're on hold, hang tight. We'll get to you when we come back. I'm Pharmacist Ben, along with Doug Winfrey, sitting in for Dr. Wallach today on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number, is your priority line number. And 888-379-2552 is our toll-free number, and it's your toll-free number. Hope to hear from you when we come back from our break. Don't go away.
Let's head to Medford, Oregon. And Mike, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
What's up, Mike? How you doing?
Hey, Ben.
Hey, what's up?
I've got a guy in his mid-70s who has a couple of issues. One is, quote, low-level Alzheimer's, unquote, and the other is...
I'm sorry, we just lost Mike? Hello?
Can you hear me?
I just lost you there, Mike. I heard low-level Alzheimer's, and the other is what?
And the other is Sjogren's syndrome.
Okay, Sjogren. Same things. Same guy. Both diagnoses.
Yes.
Okay. Are we having? Can you hear me? Okay, Mike.
I can, but it is a little bit squirrely.
Okay, all right. Well, here's the deal. First of all, he's got a lot more than Sjogren's and Alzheimer's. I don't know how they know it's Alzheimer's. He's forgetful. He's got dementia. They just name it Alzheimer's. And it's part and parcel with long-term bad living. Sjogren's syndrome is an autoimmune disease where the parts of the body that secrete fluids get attacked by the immune system. And whenever you have an autoimmune disease, you got to focus on digestive health. Now, as inflammatory factors start to build up in the blood and as nutritional deficiencies start to take their toll, and as blood sugar starts to build up and the blood sugar is not being controlled, it's not uncommon for the brain to be affected. For the brain, as we were saying earlier, utilizes sugar, and as inflammatory factors build up, they can build up in the brain and in the nervous system. So the problem is not the Alzheimer's, and the problem is not the Sjogren's. It's like if you have a tree and it's got a bunch of rotting leaves on it, the problem is not the leaves, the problem is in the roots and in the trunk and in the soil. Does that make sense, Mike? So this guy doesn't have Sjogren's syndrome and Alzheimer's disease problems. He has got problems with nutrition. He's got problems with toxicity. He's got problems with oxygenation, and all of this involves the inflammatory process. And it's the same thing as if you have arthritis or if you have cancer, God forbid, or heart disease or whatever the heck you're dealing with. It's the same darn thing. So here's what your friend has to do. Number one, focus on digestive health. If he has Sjogren's syndrome, he probably has has had digestive problems for a long time. So focus on digestive health, eliminate problem foods. That's always the number one thing to do, no matter what your health crisis is. Eliminate problem foods, and then use the probiotics, the Biolumin Nightly Essence. You can also get them on the Beyond Organic Swero V and Amasai and cheese, which I love. You can use those, and you can also use the Ultimate Enzymes as well with meals to help him digest some of his food. Make sure he's using a little apple cider vinegar with his Ultimate Enzymes. And then, as I was saying earlier, the Z-Radical's got some nice digestive support properties. You also want to focus on his blood sugar, even if he's not diagnosed as a diabetic, and this is very, very important. Even if we're not diagnosed as a full-blown diabetic, it doesn't mean that we're not having some blood sugar problems, and it doesn't mean that we can't use blood sugar support. So, of course, the Healthy Start Pack will do that. The Beyond Tangy Tangerine is a great source of vitamin B1 and vitamin B3 and magnesium, and the same with the OsteoFX. Get them on the Healthy Start Pack and the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Probably not a bad idea to get them on the Sweet Ease as well. The Ultimate Essential Fatty Acids are particularly important for brain health. The omega-3s in there are real beneficial for dementias and forgetfulness and some of the things that come part and parcel with the aging process if we're not taking care of ourselves. I'd be taking 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, 3 at night, 9 a day, and it will always help to take a little food with your Ultimate Essential Fatty Acids to make sure you're absorbing them. And even if you take the Ultimate EFAs with food and with the digestive enzymes, that will also maximize absorption. If you want to throw a couple other things in, you might want to try the Ultimate Daily from that's going to get him all his basic nutrients, and then you might also want to try the Immortalium product, which has got some good brain health nutrients in there as well. So lots you can do, but don't be distracted by the medical diagnosis. Don't be distracted by the low-level Alzheimer's or the Sjogren's. Focus on the body. Focus on the overall health of the system by making sure he's getting his Mighty 90 essential nutrients, making sure you're focusing on digestive health and wellness, making sure you're stabilizing the blood sugar, and then if you want to use a non-nutritional strategy, slow, deep breathing, inhaling slowly through the nose, exhaling slowly through the nose. That can go a long way towards helping improve brain health. The brain, in addition to using using sugar, is also burning through lots of oxygen too. So slow, deep breathing if you want to throw something else in there. Thanks so much for your call. Mike in Medford, Oregon. Hope we helped you out, and hope we helped your friend out as well. Who's next on the line, Doug?
All right, let's head to Pennsylvania. And Dan, you are on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Welcome, Dan. What's going on?
Hey, Doc. My daughter is 11 weeks old.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, she has reflux.
Okay,
and
not uncommon.
Well, what happened is that the doctor put her on Zantac, and I know
he put your 11-week-old baby on a prescription drug, right?
Correct.
Tell your doctor to go read the Hippocratic Oath, how to take care of patients. He put a baby on a prescription drug. Now, I can't say I'm incredibly shocked because I have heard of this before, but every time I hear it, it just absolutely floors me. This pure, sweet, innocent biochemical system, this beautiful little child of yours is now being drugged by your doctor. Okay, well, I got to stop talking about it because I'm getting mad. Here's what you need to do. Your baby's digestive system is not working as it should, and this is not uncommon. Babies are born with a premature digestive system. This is how human beings are born. We enter into the world with a digestive system that is not fully developed. We enter into the world with an immune system as well that is not fully developed. Now, if mom was not taking care of her nutritional needs while she was building the baby in the womb, this can become even more significant a factor. And if mom's not breastfeeding, is mom breastfeeding, by the way?
She was, but then she had stopped.
Okay, well, I guarantee you, and I'm not, I don't know you, I haven't met you, I haven't talked to you, but I can guarantee your mom has some kind of, or the mom has some kind of digestive condition going on. Correct, Amundo, or no?
Maybe. That I'm not sure.
Okay, well, chances are pretty good she's not getting the nutrients she needs. So first of all, we got to work with your baby. See if you can get you can associate the reflux to specific foods. Now, the drugs are not going to help. This is extremely important, and you might want to go inform your medical professional of this. The drugs are going to suppress the baby's ability to process and absorb nutrition. This is one of the dumbest things a doctor could ever do, is to give a baby a drug that will suppress its digestive system. Does that make sense? You're not a doctor, right? You're a layperson. Does it make sense that to give a baby a drug that will suppress the baby's ability to absorb food, absorb nutrients? It doesn't make sense. It's terrible. It's terrible. You talk to your doctor about that. So I'm not going to tell you to get off the medication or stay on the medication or have your baby get off the medication or stay on the medication. That's for you to decide. But it's between you and your doctor to decide. I'm just going to tell you that medication is going to suppress the baby's ability to absorb the nutrients it needs to build a brain, to build its digestive system, to build her bones and her muscles to become strong and vital. Focus on the foods that are causing the problem. It's probably going to have something to do with grains or gluten or bread or starches, or it could have something to do with sugars. Gerber's has a lot of sugar in it, fruity kinds of things, and apple juice and that kind of stuff can be especially problematic for acid reflux in babies. So you link it to foods, eliminate those foods. If you can find a good baby probiotic supplement, there's lots of them, that's probably a good idea. If you can use fermented foods. The baby is, what is the baby eating, by the way?
It's a formula called alimentum.
Okay, so the baby's on formula. And that's all the baby's eating?
Correct. Now, I do happen to sneak in some plant-derived minerals sometimes, because my wife, she really doesn't believe in
she doesn't believe in it, but she believes in Zantac. That's what she believes in, right? Okay, that's good. So here's the thing. The alimentum probably contains high fructose corn syrup. I don't know if for a fact that it does, but I know that a lot of the baby formulas do contain high fructose corn syrup, and that can wreak havoc on a baby's intestine. Hang tight, Mike. I want to finish up when we come back from our break. If you're on hold, stay there. We'll get to you as well. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number. 888-379-2552 toll free. We'll be back on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program on the ZBS Radio Network right after this. Don't go away. All right, we're back on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. I'm Pharmacist Ben, along with Doug Winfrey. Is it Mike in Medford? Who do we got on? I'm sorry, sir. Who's on the line now? Mike?
Dan.
Oh, Dan. I'm sorry. Dan in Medford. Right. All right, here's the deal. The Similac, or I'm sorry, the Similac, what did you say it was called? Alimentum. That's a processed, nasty, full of sugar replacement for milk. Okay, only God knows what kind of witch's brew that thing is composed of. So you want to regard the baby's heartburn or GERD, acid reflux, as a sign that he's reacting to the food on some level. It's not a question of drugging the baby. It's a question of focusing on what's causing the problem. Now, fortunately, the baby's only eating the alimentum. So I'd see if you can play around with the formula. I mean, formula's not going to be great, but you at least play around with the formula. You may find one that he can use, and then look for some kind of a good bacteria for infants, some kind of probiotic for infants. You definitely are going to have a problem with gut bacteria, and the fact that the kid's on Zantac and on formula does not bode well for the future of the kid's health, and that's something you want to really nail right now. You don't want your little girl to have to deal with diabetes later on, and to deal with autoimmune diseases later on, deal with obesity issues and skin problems later on. You definitely don't want that. So now's the time to really cut bait and change the formula. Link the digestive symptoms, the GERD, to specific kinds of foods, specific formulas that you're giving the kid, and then look for a good probiotic supplement. It's probably not a bad idea to sneak in. If you have to sneak in, it's terrible, but at least sneak in a little bit of the plant-derived minerals and the Beyond Tangy Tangerine to get the kid some good nutrition. That would be my advice to you. Does that help, Dan?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you very much, Doc.
Thank you. God bless you, my friend. Okay, let's see. Who's next on the line? Douglas?
Let's head to Tennessee. And William, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, William.
Hello, sir. I've been listening to your program for a while, and basically what I hear is someone calls in and you hand out the same pat advice on products that just randomly give amounts.
I don't think you're meaning me. I don't think. Hang on, bro. I don't think you're talking about me. I only come on periodically, and when I do come on, I always give advice about how to handle the body and then using nutritional supplements. So I don't think you're talking about me. But let's continue.
Okay,
I'll let you continue.
Then in your case, your show then, the show in general. So if people call in, they don't know the medical history.
Okay.
No tests. Okay. No family history.
Okay.
Here, take this.
We're going to run out of time. So ask your question, and I understand, and I want to address you fully, and I want you to be happy.
How can you justify giving out fraudulent advice?
Well, no, don't throw the word fraudulent out. Don't throw the word fraudulent. Be respectful, and I'm going to answer your question. But frame it like a question, because we only have a couple of minutes, and I want to make sure I get you completely answered.
Are these products approved by the FDA?
Hang on. Ask questions. Ask me specific questions.
Products approved by the FDA?
These are nutritional products. The Food and Drug Administration, whatever regulation they use, they control manufacturing. And yes, these are all manufactured in FDA-approved facilities. But ask a really good question, because I sense that you're confrontational here, and I want to make sure you're happy. But we only have about a minute, so please ask me.
You're pitching. Okay, how can you justify giving people products that aren't going to help them and have them call in with their health without knowing them first?
Okay, so can I ask that question? Is that the question?
Sure.
Because let me answer that. I've been doing this 17 years, my friend. I've been working with longevity for 17 years. And in those 17 years, I have seen hundreds, if not thousands, of people lose weight, get out of wheelchairs, get off their prescription drugs, lower their blood pressure, feel better by every single marker you can measure. I've seen it over and over and over again. And I'm a healthcare professional, and I've been trained in healthcare. I'm not a salesman. I'm a pharmacist, and I've been trained in helping people. And I couldn't live with myself, my friend. I couldn't live with myself if I didn't stand on top of the roof and scream to everybody how important the Mighty 90 Essential Nutrients are, how important the Beyond Tangy Tangerine is, how important the Ultimate Essential Fatty Acids are, how important the longevity products are, because I've not only studied them and not only studied the nutritional aspect of it, but I've seen it with my own eyes, and I've seen it more times than I can count. Thank you so much for your call. Appreciate it. That's all the time we have for today. If you're interested in learning more about the longevity products, and I highly recommend that you do learn more about the longevity products if you haven't taken them yet, or if you're interested in starting a longevity business, call your longevity rep. They can help you out. I'm Pharmacist Ben for Doug Winfrey, for Doc Wallach, for MZ, and all the folks at the ZBS Radio Network. Make sure you have yourselves an awesome, spectacular, beautiful day. We will talk to y'all later, folks. Bye for now.